Good morning, everyone. It is what is probably going to be a fairly warm and sunny spring day here in the Georgia coastal plain, so I'm going to get out for as long as I can today. It's probably going to get pretty toasty during the midday hours, but I'm going to attempt to spend most of the day looking for pine snakes here in the coastal plain, where they're much more attainable than our usual areas we look for them in North Georgia. So there's a good chance that we could bump into a pine snake today, and if we don't see a pine snake, there's a really good chance we could bump into other cool upland species. So I'm going to flip a little bit of 10 while it's still early, and then we'll probably spend the rest of the day either driving around or walking around in the woods. Oh, big coach whip. Hey, buddy. Come here. Come here, bud. Hey. Jesus. That's a pretty quick start to the day. There was a brief moment there where I wasn't sure what I was going to do because I just flipped this giant piece of tin and there's a big snake under it. And I was using both my hands to hold up the tin so I couldn't grab the snake. But eventually I was able to walk the tin up until it was basically standing completely upright. I don't know why this guy didn't just dip out the back. I guess he was just a little confused when his roof came up. Good start to the day, a nice eastern coach whip. It's probably going to be warming up pretty fast this morning, so I'm going to hit the road for a little bit and hopefully see some stuff crossing. Well, that's about time. There's a little southern hognose. Feels like it's been a lot longer than it has. It's only noon, so we've been cruising for a while, but feels like we've been cruising all day. And that is the first snake. Well, I guess we saw a racer that got off the road, but that's the first snake we've gotten a good look at. This guy just seems to be kind of chilling in the middle of the road, which is kind of surprising considering how toasty it is out here. I'll get a quick photo of him and we'll make sure he gets off safely. He's getting a little puffy with us. No need for that, buddy. I promise I don't want to hurt you. I just want to make sure you get out of the road before you get run over by the mailman. Yeah, keep going that way. You got the right idea. There you go, dude. It's so cool. Maybe we can see both hognoses today. I tend to see more easterns than southerns in the springtime, so we will just leave that guy to it now that he's safe and off the road. All right, everybody. Well, it is pretty oppressively hot at this point, so I'm going to do the only thing I know how to do, and that's flip tin. I'm tired of driving in circles. It seems like snakes are moving, but not really in the kind of quantities that will motivate me to continue driving in circles. So I'm going to walk into a flip spot, and hopefully by the time I get back there, it'll cool off enough that snakes will be under 10 for the evening, and we can find a few more things to wrap up the day. But we shall see. It's like 85 degrees and kind of stormy right now. We had a little bit of a pop-up shower that went by, but it did not accomplish much in terms of cooling things off. Oh, hello. It's a nice thing to quite literally almost trip over. So I'm walking between flips and I stumble across this guy. A nice big canebrake on the crawl. Something I've been wanting to see all day, just randomly on foot in between flip spots. Very nice. So this is really not something you get to see every day, just an on-the-crawl in habitat timber rattlesnake. We see a lot of them on the crawl crossing roads, but we just don't see them in transit through habitat very often like this. And it's a beautiful snake too. Very nice, fully grown adult. Maybe around 4 feet, a little bit under. Nice sized snake, but not a monster. Very, very pretty though. Oh, she is gorgeous. I just moved her a little bit with my hook. She was very tolerant of me. Doesn't seem super inclined to bite, but I think we have an understanding that I'm not going to get any closer to her and she's not going to get any closer to me. I'm going to get my photos and we'll be on our way. God, that is such a beautiful snake. All right. She coiled up nicely here in the grass. I got a couple quick photos and we're going to leave her to it. But oh my goodness, what an animal. She is absolutely glowing in this afternoon light. Fantastic. God, look at that. I just can't get over how beautiful she is. On the crawl in between 2 10 spots, I have yet to flip a rattlesnake at. 2 barns that I kind of have to walk between here. And neither of these spots have ever produced a rattlesnake for me. But I've now found one crawling between them, so I guess it's only a matter of time. I legit did not know that these things even got this big. That's like twice as big as the second biggest click beetle I've ever seen. Super cool looking at that size too, with those gigantic eye spots. Very cool insect. There's the underside. Let's see if he wants to click for us. Go on, do the thing. He's too big to even flip himself back over. Oh, he's trying. He only wants to try when I touch him. Oh, now he wants to do it. A racer. Hello, brother. Hey, we don't need to be that way, I promise. We just don't. I just want to look under your next piece of tin, get a voucher of you, and let you go. So please do not bite me any further. All right, nothing on the bottom, nothing on the bottom. I got you. All right. Now this is the part, okay, this is the dangerous part here. I'm just gonna reach into my pocket and grab my phone. You don't have to do that. I just want a voucher. I could, come on. It's so hard to get a voucher of a racer where they're not just actively angry. Okay, that works. The chew pick. All right, well, that was a struggle to get a photo of this guy. He chewed on me and tried to bite my camera, tried to bite himself over and over again. But I did successfully voucher him. Just a quick photo for my records to so that when I look back, I can see that I did, in fact, flip at least one racer today. Go back under your tin. Don't take off in a random... No, okay. It's so weird that they bite themselves so often. Please just go under your tin. There we go. Ooh, double cane. Wow. Hold up, we got a situation here. We got fire ants everywhere. All right. I am so covered in fire ants, it's not even funny. And there's 2 rattlesnakes under that. That's a really terrible look, but I'm being destroyed by these fire ants, and I'm not going to be able to get those guys out without a lot of trouble and significant stress to those animals. So we will just cover this back up, try to put their situation back as best we can, and move on. Very cool flip. Well, there's a huge king snake shed from underneath this piece. We're a week or 2 late to see that guy. It's always possible we could find him under another piece elsewhere here, though. Looks like a big snake. It's too rattlesnakey out here for this. Oh, a coach whip. Nice. That's the first one of those I've ever flipped here. Only the second one I found at this spot ever. It's very cool in situ. I'm gonna grab this guy before he bolts, but very cool as flipped. You can just see the braided whip pattern and then the black. This looks like a beautiful coach whip. Let's get a look at him. First flip under this set and the first coach whip here. Okay, hello. He is way bigger than I thought. Hey, no. I know, you can get my face from there. Please don't. I was not expecting those plants to be so hostile. Hey! Privet patch coach whip. Man, you're nice. Look at that velvety, fresh shed look. Super cool. This guy's lucky the lighting is so terrible out here. What a cool place to find a coach whip too. Really terrible habitat. You can see I'm just kind of in a privet thicket right here. which at one point probably would have been something that resembled a sandhill, and that's why we can find coach whips here. And probably other cool remnant upland species here too, like hognose snakes. But very, very nice coach whip. Only the second one of the day. We flipped both of them. Didn't see any on the road. I did see a couple tracks that were probably coach whip, and then a couple racers that escaped. But otherwise, not the snakiest day, but it's shaping up very nicely with a couple timbers and this nice coach whip. We still have a good bit to flip too, so I'll put this guy back. This guy's actually heavy in my hand. He's so long. I wish I had someone else here to show some scale, but I'm guessing that snake's probably a good bit longer than I am tall. I know you're going to be tempted to disappear into nothingness, but I would rather you hang out under your tin. Wow, that was one way to go under there. I know sheds stretch a little bit. You can see I'm holding this above my head. And there's still a foot or more of this snake on the ground. This is possibly the coach whip we just saw, but I'm guessing that's a much larger snake. I mean, sheds stretch quite a bit, but that's an 8-foot long shed, easy. And if the size alone wasn't enough indication, you can definitely tell by looking at the head that that is a coach whip. Very, very cool. Massive shed. All right, guys, well, that's probably going to be it, and I cannot complain. It was a very long day with only a few quality finds, but they were very quality finds between the southern hognose and all of the rattlesnakes here at the end of the day. It's definitely going to be that time of year where heat is the enemy rather than our friend. I mean, today was in the mid to upper 80s at times, and even now at the end of the day, I'm sweating my butt off trying to find snakes, but we're going to have to get used to it over the next few months because summer is on its way. I don't want to be saying that out loud, but I have to say it. I have to acknowledge it. We have to be ready. Because the herping is really good during the summertime, but it's a lot of work, just like today. So this is going to be the new normal for the next few weeks, moving into late spring and early summer. Good afternoon, everybody. I am once again on the bike in the swamp. Today we are grinding for mud snakes this afternoon. And we might do a little bit of walking around in habitat too. A brown snake. Nice. Well, there we go. First snake of the day. Nice brown snake. Just chilling under the sheet of tin. We'll leave her alone. Man. Oh, a mud turtle. I just flipped a mud turtle under tin. It's a striped mud turtle. Are you kidding me? I would imagine I just became a member of a very small club of people who have flipped a striped mud turtle under tin. Honestly, that is one of the weirdest things we could have possibly found under that sheet of tin. That's ridiculous. These are one of the shyest herps around. He's probably not going to give us a better look at him than that, but you can see he's got a couple of turtle leeches. Very cool, albeit not super flashy. Nice. Big copperhead. What's up, dude? Look at that. I actually have a mini hook with me today, too. All right, this guy is off the trail and under my bike tire, so I'm gonna have to get him out of there real quick before we can move on. I'd like to get a better look at him for you guys because he kind of, hey, buddy, wanna come say hello? Very cool. Had a feeling we'd be getting into some copperheads today, so good to see I was right about that. Hopefully there will be more to come. Hey, you're lucky. Second snake of the day, just narrowly avoided those people. A nice big fat red-bellied snake. Look at you. All right, snakes are flowing pretty well. I'm kind of stoked about how fast we've gotten into a couple of things today. Nice copperhead earlier, and now this guy. Big, healthy, adult red-bellied snake. All right, little dude. Stay out of traffic. That's a weird and cool way to find a queen snake. Just kind of chilling on that rock in the middle of the creek. Alright guys, well I hadn't seen anything in several hours, but I did just stop for a freshly run over red-bellied snake. It's about to get dark and I do plan to stay out here at least a little bit after dark tonight to see if there's any nocturnal activity. So hopefully things will pick up in the next hour or so. Hello there, Mr. Slider. What are you doing up here? It's mighty shallow water for a guy of your size to be hanging out in. Seriously, what are you doing? You trying to go upstream through the pipe? Just doing slider stuff, I guess. I always see random turtles in this little area that just don't make much sense. Alright, darkness is falling, and sure enough, we have our first crepuscular snake, a little ringneck. Very, very little ringneck. Last year's baby. We'll just let that guy wiggle off the path if he's capable of doing such a thing. It might take him a second, but he's getting there. This guy just about took my head off trying to catch a toad, as they do. Nice adult barred owl. Still no more snakes since the ringneck, though. And here we have a brown snake. First after dark alive brown snake. Seen a lot of dead ones today. I think this is the first live one we've got on the path. After all this rain, I was kind of expecting these guys to be everywhere. Maybe they'll turn on now that it's dark. That is a majestic toad. I think this is just a giant Fowleri. I thought it might have been an American because of how big it is, but definitely looks to be Fowleri. We got a lot of warts within each of the blotches. And not a super dramatic cranial crest. Well, I just whacked over here through this blackberry thicket to look at a tree frog, and I lost the tree frog that I was trying to find. I'm still not sure where it was, but I did find this guy. I'm pretty sure this is not what I was looking at. It looked a lot bigger than this, but very, very pretty green tree frog. Very kind of lime coloration on this one. The frog I saw over here was super vibrant like this, but I thought it looked quite a bit larger. So I get back to my bike from kicking around over there and all that thorny stuff looking for that tree frog. And there's another one just sitting right here. I definitely did not need to go beating through all those thorns to get video of a green tree frog. There was one right here next to the trail. Alright guys, well it was a fun afternoon, but it definitely seems like it is a little bit slow after dark tonight, and I am running out of both flashlight and bike batteries, so I'm probably going to wrap it up here soon. I'm sure there will be a lot more night biking over the next few weeks as things get hot. So I think I'm going to wrap today up here in the interest of getting up and out early in the morning tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then.